Hey guys, it's Badman. Today we're going to be coming at you with a VOD review. This is new for me, but I'm excited to test out the new map replay feature. Hopefully this will become a series that I do more over time, but really my goal is to walk through rounds that should have gone differently, kind of dissect what I did and what could be better the next time. So the clip you're watching now is one of those clips. We'll go into the bird's eye view after this and kind of dissect what I should have done and maybe what, as a team, things we could have done a little differently to secure the round. And I'll be back at the end of the clip.
For the plant, I'm watching Billiards.
Yeah. Hunter, you want to flash it?
Yep.
Smoke it.
You're good over here,
I
Ian.
can smoke too. I can
Planting.
smoke
75.
Uh-oh, I just smoked. That was such a dumb play. Oh, Warden's behind the pink bar. He came out looking at me. Warden's behind pink bar.
1 on 4 remaining.
Nice, good job.
Good work,
Awesome.
guys. Good work.
And
It's on
Billiards.
pool.
We're definitely winning this one, so don't worry about it.
He laid down.
Why did you
Oh,
do
last
that?
operator standing.
He's laid down, but he's
He's
getting it right now.
He's probably tucked in. Get up.
That's on me.
Guys,
The diffuser has been
we did call.
We did
I
call
said
it. He's tucked
and
in.
He's tucked in.
No, we called it as soon as we heard it.
Alright, so after watching that, I've watched it a couple times now. I think there's a few things that I could have personally done differently. First, I don't know why my audio isn't working, so I'll have to work on that for the next one. But you see me repelled outside, and I think that's not a bad position, especially if you have a few other guys up, because it's fairly safe, and you can still often assist in denying the retake. But you also don't have a full view of the diffuser, as you can see. So I think the position was okay to start with, but after my teammates died, I think it was probably important for me to get off of rappel and be in a better position to be able to push. I will fully admit that number one, when on the replay, if you listen back, you can clearly hear the diffuse sounds. I did not hear it at the time, and that was probably me kind of having tunnel vision, I guess, listening for my teammates and that call. And so I didn't hear it at the time. You can clearly hear it now. And then secondly, I didn't have great map knowledge. I thought I would have a view of the guy diffusing from that rappel, and I did not. And so I think those were a couple things that were kind of learning, opportunities for me. I think otherwise there would be some other considerations too for me in regards to positioning. One of those would be rather than, so I think if I'm going to get off that rappel after my teammates are lost, I think there's a couple options. One would be you could just get onto the balcony from where you're at. And I think that would be totally reasonable to just hop on to the balcony right beside the door so that if he pops his head in trying to peek you, or if he's going for the defuse, you can easily run in and get the guy. Now, another consideration, which looking back, I still don't know what our cam situation was. I know there was a 0 cam in one of the corners, but it didn't have great visualization. The other option would be you could drop below and go through office. Commonly, that's used as a defender to C4 that position. You could, if you had a good yellow ping, you could go below and shoot them through the floor. And that actually leads me to what I think a better kind of team play would have been. And again, this is all Monday morning quarterback, but I think there were some things that we probably could have done differently to help in this situation. nothing. This is not to take away from this. Vigil made an incredible play, but I think a couple of the things we had our Ash over here, kind of by the aquarium. We had our Thermite behind the bar here, and me on rappel at 0. And I think a simple change would be to get our Thermite back in luggage. So get this player over here, and what that does is that I think so if he's behind the bar there, that Vigil would be able to just come up and take one gunfight, and then he could come around the corner and take the second gunfight. And what putting yourself in luggage allows you to truly have a crossfire. So when that Vigil, if you push from here, you would clearly be able to have a crossfire to get that guy, and that's what you're wanting. When you have man advantage, you always want them to have to make a choice, and you put yourself in a position you just can't lose, right? And so I think that would be a better positioning. That being said, in this play, he used an impact and kind of sideswiped the whole issue altogether. That doesn't say anything about what I should have done. I think if we had that positioning with the crossfire there, which again, that wouldn't have fixed it. He would have just impacted. But I think what I would have done, what would have been best for me on the rappel would be to go into office to below, or even we knew we had only one guy left. I think you could rappel here, rappel on the billiards window, and not peek it, but even be looking towards your windows down here and pink bar and your hookah door, just to make sure he doesn't go back and run out on you. But that position, reverse rappel, if he did get on the diffuser, you would have a great view of him. And so I think rather than rappelling on the aquabalk, probably rappelling on billiards would have been a better play for me. And so in hindsight, I think that's something that I would change about this. Overall, this Vigil made a great play. But with us getting the plant down and we had a 3v1, I think those would be some quick changes that would probably have changed the end of that, the result of that round. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.